It's now time for your national weather forecast. We're going to start off across western Canada, where an upper level ridge will make its presence known over the next couple of days. Generally dry conditions, a fair amount of warmth, and due to the fact that this upper level ridge is well to the north, systems that do develop and track across the prairies will pretty much follow this line. And that means that much of Alberta is out of the active weather, much of British Columbia out of the active weather, at least after Wednesday morning. And the big focal point will really be the temperatures. I mean, just look at these highs for daytime highs. We're talking record warmth possible. British Columbia, for the most part, not necessarily dramatically warmer than normal, but Alberta, Saskatchewan, you certainly are. Winnipeg, you're still at -16 for Wednesday. Then you climb back up towards 2 degrees for Thursday, 15 degrees above normal. So obviously, across Western Canada, the temperatures are a big focus point, and that's going to be the warmth. In terms of active weather, we start morning for your Wednesday with some rain and higher elevation snowfall, but this is very brief. It kind of fizzles out as high pressure returns. That upper level ridge in the upper atmosphere will control the flow of moisture, and the end result will be dry weather because that moisture will not be found. There's still a risk of avalanche danger across the region. This will change a little bit over the next couple of days, and why the snow levels are actually going to start increasing even more. We're anticipating them to approach 4,000 meters, which is well above the normal freezing level for this time of year. It's around 1,000. Further to the north, we'll not forget about you. Obviously still cold, but you're looking at Whitehorse, 0 degrees for Wednesday and possibly 0 on Thursday. That's actually warmer than Toronto's daytime high for Thursday, just to put it in perspective. Not much in terms of active weather to the north as well through the prairies. It's really the story about a fast-moving cold front. It will produce a little bit of snow, gusty winds. That means blowing snow, reduced visibilities, primarily across northern and central Saskatchewan and much of Manitoba. In terms of the winds, they will start to amp up as well with this cold front. So you're not just dealing with snow, you're also dealing with the potential of some blowing snow, once again reinforcing the reduced visibilities across the board. So that's what to expect over the next couple of days across the prairies. Through eastern Canada, it's a story about those temperatures. And once again, we've already talked about southern Alberta with the dramatic swing in those temperatures. I'll once again show you this graphic for Thursday. It's the bubble of warmth that moves in, and then the cold air is in front of it. So we're kind of in between the air masses for eastern Canada. It will be noticeably colder through the day on Thursday compared to Wednesday, all thanks to the departure of our cold front. Ahead of it, we have temperatures around 3 to 4 degrees across much of southern Ontario, noticeably cooler into Timmins, so you can kind of see where that cold front is. Out east, further towards the Maritimes and Atlantic Canada, you're still dealing with generally mid to upper single-digit highs for both Wednesday and Thursday, but of course we're talking about stormy weather, wet and windy conditions across the Maritimes, snow and some winds across the Great Lakes. We start off with one system well to the north of southern Ontario. A secondary system develops south of the lower Great Lakes that puts us into snowfall for the second half of the day on Wednesday night, and into Thursday as well. So this is going to have an impact on the morning commute on your Thursday. Obviously give yourself a lot of extra time. We'll start to see some lake enhanced snow turn into lake effect snow briefly. Further towards the east across the Atlantic, it's really a story about rain and winds, especially in Newfoundland. You get a couple of surges of moisture moving in from time to time, primarily a rain event, then it switches over to snow as the cooler air starts to move in across western Newfoundland. Here's a look at the widespread snowfall from system number 1, and then of course system number 2 that builds across the region. Heaviest hit will be southern Quebec and portions of central and northeastern Ontario as well, and especially in towards the snow belts, where once again you might see that enhancement start to develop. Winds will be quite dramatic as well. Southern Ontario through the Great Lakes through the day on Wednesday, maybe 40-50 km/h winds, but then you look across Newfoundland, across the Atlantic. Portions of Cape Breton probably going to see some wind gusts in excess of 80 to 90 km/h. Into the Avalon, Burin, southern Newfoundland, you're looking at wind gusts probably in excess of 100 km/h. So it's a story about wind and of course rainfall. Flooding potential is definitely there, and even power outages. Keep that in mind, my friends.